Hi guys, I'm Sayan. I'm the product manager at Zell Education. Guys, today we're going to learn about a very interesting topic. A lot of students ask us this question. A lot of students who have just completed their graduation, on their third year of graduation, they come up to us and ask this question that whether I should do an MBA or whether I should do an ACCA. So guys, it's very important for you guys to break down each and every point. The most important point which you guys need to understand is that you will be studying for the next 3 years, max 4 years. Okay, sometimes 2 years, sometimes 4 years, but you'll be working for the next 20 years after that. Correct? It's a very important decision, and you have to make the decision now. But jot down the points, the pros and the cons, and then make a decision. So guys, let's talk about MBA first, and then we'll talk about ACC. Eventually, we'll mention a few points, advantages and disadvantages, and then you can make a decision. When you're starting your MBA journey, okay, the first thing is to give an entrance exam. You give your CAT or you give your CET, and if you're planning to go abroad, you give your GMAT. Generally, the entire process takes a year. CAT is given once a year, so you have to start preparing for the CAT exam, and it's a pretty competitive exam, right? A lot of people in India giving that exam. Similarly, it's probably a CET, which is I think meant for Maharashtra, or there are various other entrance exams. Your NMIMS exam, which is called NMAT. So you have to give a couple of exams with which you will be eligible for the MBA degree. After giving your entrance exams, you might get admission in various universities. Another thing which you need to understand is in MBA universities, there are tier 1 colleges, tier 2 colleges, and tier 3 colleges. So your tier 1 colleges are your IIMs, guys, your ABC, where if you get in, nothing like it, guys. But the chances of getting it are really difficult, guys, because almost every graduate tries to give their CAT exam, and most of the people entering IIMs are from IITs themselves. Correct, because they're really good at math, which is involved in the CAT exam. They have a really good profile. They have scored a 95% in their 10th, 12th, and their profile is so solid that it's easier for them to get admission into an IIM. Moving on to your tier 2 or tier 3 colleges, guys. So when you get into a tier 2 or tier 3 colleges, a few things which you need to understand is that first of all, you've already spent a year giving your entrance exam, which is your CAT or CET or like an NMAT. Then for the next 2 years, you will have no inflow of money. You'll be studying MBA and there's no inflow of money at all because you're doing a full-time MBA, you're busy with projects, etc., etc. After you complete your 2 years, okay, say you're nearing your ending your 2 years, you will get placed with the MBA college. But at that time, guys, the ball is not in your court. The first placement which comes your way, you're going to take that. I've seen people doing MBA in finance, but they're working as customer relationship managers, basically sales in banks, maybe a Standard Chartered or Axis Bank. But at that time, as I mentioned, the ball is not in your court. It's not for you to decide which department you're going to get in. The only thing which you're going through at that time is that I've paid X amount for an MBA and I need to recover that amount. So the first job which comes my way, I will go ahead and take it. That is a bit of a disadvantage while doing MBA. An advantage on the other hand of doing an MBA is that you'll find very few people, once they got into university, they didn't clear the MBA. Most of the people doing MBA, they end up finishing the MBA and leaving the college. So there's no chance of you not having an MBA once you enter the university. Alright guys, so moving to the second one, which is your ACCA, correct? Let's break down the ACCA journey right now. Now ACCA, as you know, you have to give 13 papers. But say if you already completed your graduation, you might get 3 exemptions or 4 exemptions depending on which graduation you've completed, whether it's a BAF or a BCom, etc. You can start giving papers, probably the 5th paper, and you have to go on to giving the 13th paper. But the moment you start giving the first paper, you can start working, probably an internship, probably a low-paying job, but you can start working immediately. So the inflow will start. Another important point at that time, what you guys need to understand is that at that time, I can choose which industry or which department I want to enter. Correct? So what I do is, let's take an example. Each and every big four, people said, I want to get into EY, I want to get into KPMG. All of them have around 20 to 25 departments. And you need to understand which department you want to enter. Right? So for example, I decided I want to get into risk advisory. So probably I can start doing an internship in a small firm, gain some experience in risk advisory itself, then go to probably a low paying job. And once I complete my ACCA, I have got my relevant experience in risk advisory and I've got my ACCA certificate as well. Right? And the combination of both of them will help me land a job in risk advisory itself. So you're just planning your journey much better. Correct? And that's the biggest advantage you have in ACCA. The inflow will start, you're gaining relevant experience, and you can take your journey forward. Now, as to which department you want to enter, the simplest way is, I mentioned this in an earlier video as well, reach out to people on LinkedIn. First of all, find out all the departments. What do you do in mergers and acquisition? What do you do in valuations? understand the process, speak to people on LinkedIn. Guys, LinkedIn is really nice. People are cooperative. They want to help you. It's not an Instagram, guys. So yeah, understand which department you want to enter. Start your ACCA. Start working a low-paying job, or probably do an internship, and then you can probably build your career ahead. Again, coming back to the same point, guys. Whenever you make the decision, you will be studying for the next 2 to 3 years, max 4 years in your life. You will be working for the next 20 years. So make sure you find what you love, so that you enjoy your day when you probably get the job eventually. So guys, that was an overall difference between ACCA and MBA. Just one last point I want to add is that if you probably don't get into a tier 1 college and you get into tier 2 or tier 3 college, there's a chance that you might get a global opportunity, but they might not know the university's name. They say, okay, you did your MBA, but where did you do it from? And if your university is not well reputed, it gets a bit difficult in the hiring process as well. On the other hand, ACC is a global certificate, right? So no matter if you get a job in Tokyo or Dubai or Singapore, it doesn't make a difference. They all know about ACCA, so that's another advantage you have. So yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Looking forward to another video. If you guys have any specific topics you want us to make videos on, feel free to reach out in the comment section. If you have any doubts, feel free to reach out on the comment section, and please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.